Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And here we are.
We are.
We're here.
We're here. We are here.
We are here.
We are here.
And we have a
I
guest.
don't know what. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we have a guest. No more putting me on the hot seat and calling me names. Not that I care.
At the other end of the desk from the SWK Rotary, Bob Fox. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we need mic 1 up. Okay, try that.
How's that?
Okay.
I'm live.
You are now.
He's in the low seat.
I just have to say one thing before we. No, he's not. Oh, maybe he is.
Yes, he is.
Am I?
It doesn't matter at this point because TV it doesn't look all that bad.
Ken would
I've been
want-
short most of my life. That's
Yeah.
Listen, when I stand up, they ask me if I'm sitting or standing, so I get it. I get it.
I got you.
A few weeks ago, you were down here on Joe's program, and he announced Bob as the better of the two Foxes. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that same thing because I happen to report to your brother.
Oh, you better not. Oh, no.
I wouldn't worry about that too much.
All right, yeah, I did catch that when
He
he
is
said that.
Yeah, he is the little brother.
Yeah.
Little brother.
So Russ is the little
He's
little
the
brother.
baby of the family.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I can see the likeness and I can hear it in the voice, but I'm at the point where we were talking earlier. Hard to look at someone and figure out age anymore.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I can't. No.
All right. So Russ, his brother, got in touch with me and said, "Hey, get in touch with Bob to talk about concerts down at the Rotary."
Okay.
Or concerts that the Rotary are putting on.
Sounds
So
good.
Southwick has a Rotary, and we're going to get into the Southwick Rotary later on. I think there's a little bit of history going on here. But tell me about this concert series that is happening down in Southwick.
All right, this is a concert series we hold at Wally Park. Number one, they're free concerts. There is no charge. We hold them from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Wednesday. Our first concert is July 13th, going up to August 24th,
And this is every week.
every Wednesday.
Okay.
July and August, other than the week of 4th of July.
How'd you come across figuring out to do them on a Wednesday?
The Wednesday is our normal meeting night. You don't want to get these guys together twice in a week. Come on. That's a stretch. But anyhow, that's why we decided to go with a Wednesday. Plus, I'll tell you the truth, the competition on a weekend, and I'm in business. I don't like to compete with anybody else who's trying to make a living with a band. If our restaurants or our clubs are having bands on Friday, Saturday, even Sunday, hey, we can do ours on a Wednesday. And I'll tell you, there's a tremendous amount of concerts out there. We're not the only venue around. For today, we're the only venue around.
Right.
So there is a tremendous amount of competition. You won't have a night off without having a concert somewhere. But Wally Park is a beautiful venue. I would say right now, if nobody has been to Wally Park, at the very least, take a drive through there. You're going to be mystified.
And for those who have never been, where exactly is Wally Park?
Powder Mill Road in Southwick. You won't have it won't be hard to find, just after the rec center and the Legion grounds. And like I say, it's a beautiful venue. We have a pavilion. You have plenty of bathrooms. You have a ball field, and most of our concerts, they're all, of course, in the evening. There was almost always a baseball game going on under the lights while you had a concert.
Interesting.
You have a huge playscape for children, so this is a family event. The kids can play on the playscape. You got a ball game. We have food. We have drink. We have the entertainment.
When you say drink,
We do get a license to serve beer and wine, soda, water. And I was going to mention it later. We're always looking for food vendors. We're a small club. We can only handle so much ourselves. Last year we had 2 different vendors that came.
in the age of food trucks, would you be able to accommodate anything like that?
Absolutely. If there's anybody out there with a food truck looking for another venue, contact us. Go to our website. My phone number is on there. Always looking for somebody new and improved.
You mentioned the website. What is it?
You'll go to southwickrotary.org.
Okay. southwickrotary.org.
Yeah.
All right. Kathy, has any of this piqued your interest?
Well, yes, I love the open air concerts because, as he said, and I want to mention that when he mentioned Powder Mill, it's Route 57, correct?
It's off Route
It's
57.
off Route 57, but if they go down 57, they'll be able to find
Right.
it very easily because
It's easy to find.
is it up behind the high school?
Well, no, not really.
Okay.
You'd come off of Route 57 down Powder Mill Road, and you'll pass your school. You'll
Okay,
pass
yeah.
past the rec center.
All right, now I
You'll
know
pass
where
the
you are.
American Legion and their ball fields. There's a couple of homes in there, and then you'll hit Wally
know
Park.
where.
A huge sign. This is Wally.
I've been by there. I have friends that live out. The Colsons are friends of ours, so
Okay.
I've been out in that area.
I
quite
know
a
we've been going down Old Home Week here.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have.
Before we came on air, these two were talking like it was a high school
This
reunion.
one, that one, and this one and that one. Well, I've lived in Westfield a long time, and when I was living in Westfield, I was on Granville Road, so we were just down the road from Southwick. So, and my brother's family, my brother lived in Southwick, and his family lived in Southwick. So, yes. How many years have you been doing these concerts?
You had to ask me that. Oh my
Well,
God.
you can make it up. Nobody out there's going to know
Let's say
either.
6 years.
Wow. And how well have they been attended?
Very well attended.
Now
It's a weather thing. It always is
Correct.
a weather thing.
Correct.
We do have the pavilion, and we do have a rain date at the end of the season. We've only canceled it, I believe, once because of lightning. I think nobody wanted to sit under the metal building with the lightning.
Correct.
And we listen to our guys at Town Hall. They're the ones watching the weather. So if a real problem comes up, we say, hey, we're expecting lightning to hit the ground, then I suppose we should back off on the concert. As funny thing is, our first band, Rich Badowski Blues Band, out of Connecticut, terrific performer, performs all over with a lot of people, single, duo, as many guys as he can get. We're trying for the third time to get him in there where he hasn't got rained out.
Oh, jeez.
So I will say,
Oh,
so that's why as soon as we hired Rich, we set a rain date because we figured
because you knew.
we're going to lose him on the first date. But hopefully not.
Is it always the first day where there's an issue?
For Rich, yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should have put him in the back.
That's
They had a fighting chance.
Yeah. Where were you guys at over the past 2 years with the pandemic?
It was tough with the pandemic. We were able to do the concerts last year, not the year before. We were hoping to do something where you could sit on the side of the car, the whole deal, but it
Right.
never came to be. There was never a clear avenue or indicator there.
I was kind of in the talks with that right in the beginning because we wanted to run a video feed at the same time with the cameras focused on the stage so that if you're further back, you could look up at a screen to see what was going on.
Yeah.
That was the very, very beginning of the talks. And then next thing I know, I never heard anything else from it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
yeah. But, we did try the car thing here in Westfield, and it worked. But it's nowhere near the same as
No, it's not.
No.
as being out and
No,
and
people want to
with people.
interact. People want to get out. They want to dance. They want to have a good time. That's what it's all about.
Right.
Now, do you have a lot of families coming in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of families, right down to the littlest ones you can imagine.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Well, as I said, it's they can walk around the park, see a ball game, listen to the concert. You couldn't find a nicer place to be with a sunset. We try to have all our concerts on full moons, but that doesn't always happen. But
Okay,
do the best we
I
can.
see the Fox humor trying to come out here.
I'll do the best I can.
Well,
Yeah. Do your best.
I'll bring the silver bullet and the garlic. So
Yeah.
good to go.
All right. So let's run through who's showing up.
Okay, well, I mentioned Rich Badowski. He's July 13th. July 20th, we have Jeff Pitchell and Texas Flood.
That sounds like
Big blues guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent entertainer.
Yeah.
Excellent entertainer.
A lot of people have come in and out and perform with Texas Flood.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Oh yeah, he's done all kinds of recordings and played with a lot of very exceptional people.
Excellent. Excellent.
July 28th, we have Jimmy Maz. I don't know if you're Jimmy Maz. He's our
That's
Las
a
Vegas
familiar
guy,
name. Yep.
and he is now a Southwick resident. And he was hot to do this. I've been trying to get him in here for 3 years. So
Oh,
you know,
good.
that,
Excellent.
maybe it was 6 years. Yeah. Anyhow, we've been trying to get him in here. We
So-
finally got him.
So he doesn't have residency over in Nevada anymore.
I guess not. I guess not. Or Atlantic City. I know he tours Florida during the winter. 'Cause that's where we were corresponding. But he's coming in with a full band. And,
And what genre would you describe him as?
well, he's going to tell you can do anything.
I know that. That's why I'm asking
if
what
he-
you have it set up as.
Yeah, mostly like to me, I'm thinking Sinatra, and I'm thinking family, and I'm thinking big band, but jazz, funk. He really does go to
Yeah.
his web. I tell anybody pull up Jimmy Maz's website or his YouTube. He's an entertainer, and a heck of a talker too. That's how we talked us into hiring him. But anyhow, that night we're going to be celebrating our 40th year of the existence of the Southwick Rotary.
And I think after we get through all the bands, we're going to take a quick break, and then I want to talk about that Rotary Club and
Excellent.
your 40th.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Rotary.
So we are going to get to that.
Okay.
Excellent. Good idea. Been around for a while.
Yes. And August 3rd, we've got 91 South, very popular band around here. You got the people love to hear them. They're playing the music you want to hear, probably 60s, 70s, doing a pretty good job.
Where are they from? They're fairly local,
Westfield.
aren't they? Yeah.
Most of the people I think
Doesn't-
are from
is that
Westfield.
the one Kevin plays?
Oh yeah, Kevin Bedore's the drummer.
Yep, I know Kevin.
And some of those guys have been in bands that I remember seeing them in Southwick at some of the clubs, probably in the 80s, the 90s. So they know what they're doing. They're a good club band. And
They
very
played
popular.
at Stanley Park
Yeah, and the East
before
Mountain
they-
Country Club.
before COVID hit. Yeah.
Yeah. And August 10th, we've got the Bad News Jazz and Blues Orchestra.
Okay.
That's
They
Friends Band. Yeah.
did
Jeff.
did they not perform in front of the women's club?
That's Jeff. Yeah, Jeff
Yep.
Gavioli's band. They play all around, and I'm telling you, they are good.
That is they are good. It's a huge band.
huge
Yeah, yeah.
orchestra. They are
Huge.
fabulous.
And I should mention they're coming with vocalist Cindy Reed.
Yes. They are
This
excellent.
band played at the 250th celebration
Did they?
in Southwick. And prior to them, we've got Jack and his guitar is going to
Oh, that
play
sounds
for
fun.
us.
Oh, okay.
Sounds
we've
more like
got
an
a-
easy listening
Yes,
type
yes.
of.
Yeah.
Jack Uris, Southwick guy. We've used him a lot for some of different venues that we've had, different programs we've had.
Good.
Yeah, he's had that act. Jack and the guitar. I think 20
Forever.
something. Anyways. now you say that he's opening up for that band. Do you have people opening up for other bands?
No, no, not that unless something's changed. I myself did not do a lot of the hiring of the bands. I think there seems to be some time things. Like I say, the performances are 6 to 9. So if all of a sudden we had somebody that was traveling from too far away, they couldn't get here, they
Yeah,
need more setup time, we will throw somebody in there. We have an array of people, talented people that want to play.
Yeah.
We just only have so many concerts, and we can only go so long. So we would fill in, and that's what he's doing there. Because my impression was they're traveling from more of a distance
Right.
to put this show together, and so that's why I got immediately. Jack had called me, "Hey, how do I get in here?" And I said, "I got a job for you." So in he comes.
Good.
And on August 17th, we've got, like I say, another basically Southwick home-based band, Acoustic Thunder.
Okay.
They do a lot of the clubs in town, Sammy Chevalier, Mark St. Peter. I don't know all the other guys by name,
Know those guys very well too.
We have we not had them here?
Well, you had Jeff and Sam, but Jeff's not playing with them anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, Sam Chevalier's been here as one of our first in the studio.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, a lot of talent there.
Yeah.
I go out and see him at the old what's it called now? It's Walk on Water. It was
Walk on
Louis
Water.
B's. Now it's something new this year. It's a new
It's
name.
Lake Life.
Lake
Lake
101?
Life.
Lake Life.
Lake Life 101.
Yeah, that's
There
the
we
new
go.
name.
Yeah.
For it,
Hey. What are you going to do? You got to keep on moving.
You know, I'm still trying to get used to all things Southwick, and here we are. Last time it was there, it was Louis B's, and it's had 3 or 4 different names, and now I have to get used to yet another name.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as you can find the spot. You go by the street number, you're fine. No problem. No problem.
You're good.
And on August 24th, we've got a new band, new to us, Country Steel. And I'd advise anybody to look up their YouTube address or see if they have a website. Country Western band, very good, powerful country band. I was one of our members sent me their tape, let's say, or whether I should say their YouTube video, and I said, well, they're in. I said they're good. In fact, one of the singers, I think, is either does live or did live in Sandusfield, Mass. So that's country. So you know she's got to sing country, right?
You know, Kathy, I can't help myself right now. If anyone gets this reference, so they do both types of music, country and western.
No.
Yes.
Peter, help.
Well, hey, there's a lot of
Bob
debate.
opened himself up to that one. Come on.
Yes,
Hey.
you're right.
When I was at Holyoke Community in the music program, I are a musician, a drummer. That's a half a musician. We did a presentation on music,
Right.
and the one thing you can't lose is country. In the United States of America, country is still king. It's ingrained in this country.
That's interesting.
You're always going to have country. You're going to have different offshoots, but country's still, despite the sales you see, and this is good this week, that's good next week, country just stays there.
Still based on rock.
Or
Where's
is
rock based on country?
Yeah,
There
it's
you
the other way
go.
around.
If they were rock,
And then it all comes,
So speak
but then
for
it all,
show people.
but then it all comes down to the blues. I mean,
here we go.
No.
And we're off.
No, I would say that country even precedes.
get down to Louisiana.
Yeah,
and-
but the blues are sort of middle 1800s. When you get into the Ozarks and those kind of the Appalachian, they kind of meld together. New Orleans is blue. I mean blues. That's the whole place of it.
Yeah.
Blues, but that's later. Wouldn't you say the blues come after?
Well, that then
Where
that
comes
traveled up to Detroit. I mean,
Motown?
yeah.
Motown's new. Motown's
Yeah, well, I said it
baby.
traveled up. You see, Bob. I have a teacher here for a reason.
No, he has an old person here for a reason.
Well, remember now, you're going to trace the blues and jazz back to Europe. Yes, I mean, how far do we want to go back?
Right.
I was thinking the Grecian times would be good.
Yeah. I was in New Orleans. I had the blues. I don't remember much about
You
it.
know, hop on the harp and never mind. So it was country and western, right?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll go with that, Ken.
Modern country western.
You're
They're
right.
Very good.
You're absolutely right. Here we go.
Check that
Absolutely
website. Check
correct.
that YouTube
100%.
video.
Okay.
Onward.
Onward and upward.
Now, when do you have to start notifying these people or contacting bands to play? How early does the planning start?
Oh, well, probably you've got bands that are chasing us now
For next year?
for next year. I mean,
Interesting.
you like to bring back the bands, obviously, that are bringing in your crowds. I mean, we're there to provide entertainment,
Correct.
but obviously we'd like to make money so we can spread the wealth to, we're a service club, and we want to support everything we can. And so, like I say, you don't want to keep bringing back the same guys every year. You'll notice some of these guys are new. Some of the guys we're still trying to get in there. There's been a lot of other good bands that we've had that we just chose not this year to bring back. that we decided that, we've had a lot of other people that wanted to play, so we try to filter them in. But yeah, you figure by before January, you want to already be thinking about what's happening. You want to start to secure your. There's stuff to do. You have to contact your liquor distributor. Hey, what's the deal this year? You have to provide the police and the selectmen, the board of health, the fire department, building inspector with plans. What's your plan? There's a lot to that. What's going on at Wally Park? Is it the same rate? Is it a new rate? I mean, everything's going up and up and up. So you plan that far in advance. We start looking for sponsors, and I'll bring that up. We sent out a letter recently, a couple hundred letters to sponsors. We're starting to get the feedback now, so we're starting to raise money. If anybody out there would like to help us, we're accepting all kinds of sponsorship. You can send anything you want. We certainly have different elevations, let's say, or levels from $100 to $500. But any donation, you can send that off to the Southwick Rotary Club. Is helpful. We do pass the hat at these concerts.
That's a question I don't have to
yeah.
ask now.
But there is no charge for coming, no charge for parking, no charge for coming. So yeah, any help we can get, we appreciate it. The Cultural Council, I've got to mention them, have been real benefactors to this. To our events, to the concert series. It helps that we got 2 or 3 people in the Rotary Club and the Cultural Council. However, the way we look at it is we're the muscle, and they have the funds to help. They're helping provide for this entertainment for the community, and they do a lot of other things as well. But they used to use and they still do, fund other bands and entertainment. But they're helping us here on this leg of the journey.
You know, I'm a member. I'm a member of the board of directors for Westfield on Weekends.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're going through and how you have to do all that planning and bring in all these different departments, and I get it. It's some work.
It is. Well, we're lucky. We're a small club, but but we pull off a lot of chores. We do. We've got people again, like I say, that are very interested in the arts, so right. and know a lot of bands. We've got Susie Kahansky that's in our club, Cultural Council member. Her brother's an entertainer. I mean, off to the Grammys to get an award.
Right.
And her husband, Dennis Clark, entertainer. So we're lucky that we got a list probably 1,000 miles long of people we could get.
Dennis was my predecessor.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So I am looking at my clock. I'm good to keep going unless you feel you want to take a quick break from the chat.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, good. We'll keep going.
All right.
All right. So have we covered all of the concerts now at this point?
I think we've covered all the concerts. I know I'm going to be in trouble if I, again, don't mention that we are looking for food vendors. We are looking for sponsorship. And we're looking for new members. Always looking for new members.
SouthwickRotary.org.
SouthwickRotary.org. Now, we meet at Roma's Restaurant right now in the little room off the back at 6 p.m. You're welcome. Come visit anytime. Right now, we're meeting the first and third Wednesdays in a month. And
don't need to be a Rotarian to help out?
I'm going to tell you, if we didn't have friends and family to help us out, we wouldn't probably be there today. And we're not above going back on former Rotary members. It's kind of like you were a Rotary member then, you're a Rotary member for life.
Okay.
You don't get out. So we're not embarrassed at all to ask them for help. If not, pay your way. We'll take the money. But like I say, you have to have family and friends to help. They're there at all our events. Whether it's we do a steak roast if we can afford steak. Last year it started to get expensive. Hopefully this year we can. We do a tag sale. All these events, and like I say, the concerts. We could not do it without help of family and friends.
You know, I hear you listing off a few other events going on there. By now you have my email, and I know you have my email because you're here.
Yep.
Keep me posted on any events coming up that the Rotary is involved with, because I'll throw the announcement up on the sign down at the corner of Feeding Hills Road.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Ellen Miles hasn't got you on the hot list.
I'm not on your hot list yet.
Well, you will be.
Okay.
You will be.
Please add me to that.
You know, if I can, when I was on the show with Joe, one of our charter members who now lives in Florida listens to the show. And like I said, he called up to correct me on a lot of different things about starting up this club. And as I say, this year is our 40th year, but there's some things to mention. That the Westfield Club, Don Barnes, who now lives in Southwick, Lou Charbonneau's passed away. They were instrumental they were the go-to guys to start our club through the Westfield Club. That took a year to organize before they could charter us. You needed 36 members. So they had to gather up 36 members, as I say, to even start the club. And I know my brother Ray is a charter member. Jerry Prue is a charter member. And I guess I'm looking at guys that are still here. Jeff Rogers was a charter member. He's my buddy who called to correct me on things and set me straight. Lou Charbonneau was his father-in-law. I've got a lot. You mentioned Charlie Saunders. Charlie was a charter member.
Does, in fact, everyone in Southwick know everyone else?
Pretty much.
Pretty much,
Okay.
yeah.
They either
Pretty
know
much.
them, know of them, don't want nothing to do with them, whatever.
Small community, but it's a very active community. It's always been a very active community, as far as I remember.
Oh, yeah. No, hey, a lot of these guys that I mentioned, they started your rec center for the kids. I still remember that.
So Rotary in Southwick, just like everywhere else, it's a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit per se. It's a service club.
Yes.
We're not a designated nonprofit. If somebody was looking to do anything and they needed to send us money and it had to be a nonprofit, money would probably go to Rotary International.
All right.
So that and probably we wouldn't see a dime of that, which is a terrific organization. We're members of. We have a district 7890, and then of course we're members of Rotary International, which is endless in the things they do for the world. Not very involved in the vaccination process.
Yes, the polio vaccine.
Because they started out with the polio program, and to eliminate polio in the world, and pretty close to it if people would stop rather shooting at one another and allowing everybody to go into these countries and get the job done.
I had to do a talk on that for the Rotary here in Westfield.
Yeah.
And I think it was Afghanistan and Pakistan. I'm not sure. There are two countries left that really have it.
Right.
very
Nigeria was
virulent.
on the hot list at one time. It runs back and forth. You have nomadic tribes that move, and you have some warring factions. You have some religious issues. We've actually had people, unfortunately, killed, tried to give.
They don't
polio
trust the United
vaccination.
States, and they don't trust vaccines, and they think that when you go to their village and you want to vaccinate, that you're doing something very bad and you're just trying to infiltrate.
Right now, I don't trust the United States.
It's very, but I remember that, yeah, when I had to do the research on it, Bob, I had polio, and I think that's why they had me come in and speak about it.
Well, the reason I brought it up is because when COVID came, irregardless of who gets vaccinated, who doesn't, a whole lot of debate, polio was way ahead. The Rotary International was way ahead of the curve because they already knew how to run the program. They already know how to run the show.
Oh, yeah.
This is why some countries immediately, Australia, New Zealand in particular, was boom, right off the bat. They knew what they had to do to shut the whole place down.
My daughter lives there.
Yeah, I've got friends that are there that they can't
And
go
that is
back
what
to
they
New
did.
Zealand. They got stuck in Australia, and can't go back. Right.
I think through the whole, now I could be wrong, Bob, you could help me on this one, but I think through the whole 2 years that we've gone through, they've had something like 50 cases in New Zealand.
Very few. Very
It's-
few.
You know, that we had 5 times that here in Westfield.
Yeah.
This is the whole entire country. And you couldn't, they were actually confined to their house. You couldn't leave the house. You could go to work. You could go out and buy essential needs like groceries. But you couldn't go to the park. You couldn't walk around the neighborhood. You had to stay in your house. I'd be fine if you gave me a lot of books.
And
but
plenty of cat food and
that-
litter too,
yeah,
right?
litter. That is, so would you say that that's Rotary's, one of their prime,
It's been a prime thing, but
excellent?
no, we have literacy programs, sanitation programs, environmental programs. It's because like after you've been doing the polio, which is now Polio Plus, if they haven't changed it since I sat here, after a while, new members come and say, gee, we've been doing that a while. Shouldn't we branch off? And branch off they do. They do tremendous things. If you want to get a child or a student involved in going overseas and living in another country, there's programs. Going to school in other countries, there's programs.
Are there scholarships with
There's
Southwick Rotary?
we have a scholarship. Yes, I'm not on that program. I don't know if they're giving one this year or two. I would encourage anybody to apply. It could be late for this year, but for next year, there's a tremendous amount of scholarship money out there. Go to Rotary International. Go to another Rotary club. I think ours. I think it's too late for this year for the Southwick Club, but you
Right.
could check on that. But I know I mentioned it on Joe's show. I believe up to that point we had one student, and they ended up with more. How many more at this point? I don't know. But yes, we do a scholarship.
Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of giving back to the community.
We do our best. We're sending some guys down to paint a wooden container down at the food pantry. I've been busy, so I didn't get involved in that. I don't know if it's done or gonna be done, so we're helping them. And we do have one night that we're gonna, that August 10th night, where we're gonna have the Bad News Jazz and Blues Orchestra and Jack and his guitar. We will be collecting funds or donations for our local food pantry. That's gonna be our food pantry night. And as I said, the Jimmy Ma's night is gonna be birthday night, so we're gonna have to give you cake.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have free cake.
Yeah, Westfield had a 350 cake.
Yeah, right now,
Yeah, by the time I got down there after I broadcasted that parade, there wasn't any left.
I got mine.
Yeah.
well, right now my treasurer is saying, who the hell said we were gonna give him free cake? Of course we're giving you free cake.
Yeah.
Free, it's cake night, it's birthday night.
Just a few weeks ago, was it you who had a day of service or?
Yes, we did.
All right. Now, what was that and how did it go?
It went fantastic, and they raised, I think, around $1,400 or $1,500 for the animal shelter. They had at least 2 pickup truck loads of donations of food and other items that the shelter wanted. So it was very successful, very successful.
And that was only what, for a few hours.
About
at
3
the
hours.
Fire department, I think.
Down at the safety complex.
Safety complex. Yeah.
You know, but yes, now
I have to
safe
get used to saying that. Yeah.
Complex. Where is the safety complex?
at the fire station.
Oh, there's that Fox humor.
Sure, I need
In between, you know, it's part of the police and the
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. Hey, where's the School Street Bistro on School Street?
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, who's buried in Grant's tomb? Okay, gotcha. That fire station's been there forever. Oh, well.
So, Pete, are you set up for what I have for 9:45 on the chart?
Of course not.
All right. Please get yourself set up for that. I like to lighten things up every so often on my broadcast, and it's also a great way to get to learn someone a little better. For the past, no, don't discourage him, Kathy.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I
all
need a
set.
cheat sheet?
No. Matter of fact, so I've been doing this for years and years and years. I started off with version 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and version 5. And I would do this every year the Rotary did a new food event downtown here in Westfield. And obviously that hasn't happened. So I did go on to a version 5.5 and a 5.75, which were both COVID related. But I haven't run you through any of the originals. So we're gonna run version 5.0 with Bob. Basically, what happens is people coming on to my program for the first time, I like to play on Ken's Den this thing called Ken's 10.
Catchy tune.
So Ken's 10 is a list of rapid-fire questions I send off in your direction. There are no right or wrong answers. It's
that's
strictly
good.
your own humble opinion.
That's good.
And there's no dawdling on this. You can't sit there and think. You know, it's whatever comes to your mind first. It's really simple. Don't listen to what
Don't
Kathy was saying
overthink
earlier.
it.
No, it's fun.
Yeah,
I
Pete
love
says
this
don't
game.
All right,
overthink
all
it.
right.
No, I love this game.
Now and then you might have to figure out what the question is. Ken's 10 with Bob Fox. Number 10, crushed or cubed?
Cubed.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
Number 8, resort or a cruise?
Resort.
Number 7, chess or checkers?
Checkers.
Blade or electric? It doesn't look like you use one.
I use a blade.
Number 5, rain or snow?
Rain.
Pencil or pen?
Pencil.
Number 3, desktop or laptop?
Laptop.
Spaghetti or fettuccine?
I like fettuccine.
And number 1, Ken Sten with Bob Fox, swing or seesaw?
Jeez, I like a swing.
All right, and that was relatively painless. Thanks for
There
playing
you go.
Ken's 10.
There you go. Is there a prize or nothing? That's it.
We need to think of that. You need to think of a prize.
Yeah, but you have to come up with something
Originally-
cheap enough.
Originally, it was a psychological experiment, but
Yeah,
that kind of went by the wayside.
How did I do?
Well, there is no right or wrong.
Well, I did
I mean,
great then.
I get to now I get to relate to you better when it comes to vacationing because I know you like resorts more than cruises.
Yep.
And I have yet to go on a cruise, although Carnival still keeps sending me emails because they tier match other companies, and I'm a diamond with Caesars and a gold with MGM.
Yeah.
So I provided them that information. They keep sending me emails. We'll give you a free balcony room, and $250 to play in the casino if you
He's
book
rubbing
with
it
us.
in again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
And I've never been on one, and I'm getting these offers. So I, like you, I prefer the resort because then you can just get out and do your thing if you want.
prefer dry land, but
Yeah.
I've never been on a cruise.
Yeah.
I love cruising.
Do you, Peter?
Yes,
Oh, I've never
absolutely.
been. Have you been, Bob?
No, and until we're done playing COVID Monopoly, I won't be going either.
That's the reason I almost went in January, but then it was like, okay, within 24 hours you need to have the test, and it wasn't happening in this area, so I just ended up flying to Florida, and I was perfectly fine.
Yep.
I have about 4 minutes left of this broadcast. Anything else you want to get out with the concerts or the Rotary?
Just that, not to repeat myself, but we are looking for members who might be interested in joining our little club. We do, as I say, we're still looking for food vendors. Sponsorship would be terrific. I could go again down a long list of things that we've done in the past. It's endless: car raffles, barbecue competitions, baseball games. We've done it all. As I say, we're a small club. We're probably down to, let's say, about 12 members.
You said 12.
12.
So in 40 years, it went from 36 to 12?
Well, it didn't take 40 years.
Yeah?
It didn't take 40 years. You probably had times when you got so low that there was talk about turning in the charter. Unless there was more participation.
Right. Are you at risk at all of losing your
No.
charter with your numbers?
No.
Okay.
No. I've learned one thing with Rotary as I've talked to district governors. And when they take you inside, really you guys are accomplishing a tremendous amount for a small club. And,
Good to hear.
And unless somebody's making a big deal, we don't really care what's going on. As long as you accomplish your goals, you have certain standards you have to meet as a club. High ethical values. And if we help the district with their goals, they in turn help national with their goals. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, you're providing a little something to international,
Right.
As you go along, and we also have to remember there's still less than 10,000 people in Southwick.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't hit that number, and if you listen to the guys in the, listening to Russ and some of the other ones, once we hit that number, the fun is going to be over for a lot of, let's say, extra revenue that you're given, because you're going to hit that population, and the party's going to be over.
Yeah, because right now Southwick is an aging population.
Yeah, I guess we're all aging.
Yeah, well, let's hope that the kids that are in Southwick now decide to hang around and stay in Southwick, and get you over the 10,000 and get going.
It's a beautiful community. A beautiful community. You have the lakes. You have golf courses. You won't run out of beer, wine, or ice cream, or pizza. So
Right.
we've got that covered.
The bike trail runs through
The
Southwick.
bike trail is a fantastic thing, fantastic asset. We protected large parcels of property that can't be built on. It's a nice community.
Excellent. SouthwickRotary.org, SouthwickRotary.org. Bob Fox, I want to thank you for coming into the
Hey,
studios here at Westfield
Thanks
Technical
for
Academy.
having me. I appreciate it. The club appreciates it.
All right, well, we'll see you at the concerts.
You got it. Thank you.